By IT&E. Explore your world.
All right, hello and half a day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas, and this is KUM News Extra. Thank you so much for watching on KUM TV8 and YouTube. The weather might get a little bad for certain southern villages this weekend, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy a good book, and I have an author here. I am very pleased, honored, and privileged to welcome Emmie B to the Blue Couch. Half a day, Emily.
Hello.
And welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And thank you for wearing that lovely witch's hat.
It's part of the costume.
Okay.
Uniform.
And part of your character in your. It's not just a book; it's a book series. So that's
yes.
okay.
It's a series.
Please tell me everything all about your work.
So the first one is called A Familiar Search, and it's about a girl 9 years old named Lila, and she's on a search to find her familiar, which is kind of like a milestone in a little witch's life in this world. And so she has to go out and find this creature that basically bonds with her. And so that's what book one is about. And then book two is she decides to throw a party for her great-great-grandmother. And in the process, they find out that one of their friends has this really cool power when he turns 10. So the series is really about the milestones in a little witch's life. That's kind
deep.
of, yeah, that was kind of the inspiration, is like the everyday life of a little witch.
Okay, why did you pick a witch?
I have always been drawn to magical anything, magical creatures.
Okay.
Harry Potter is like my favorite series ever.
I was gonna say, I was wondering if you might tie this into kind of like the Harry Potter and the mystics,
J.K.
magical.
Rowling has a huge, huge part in my world.
Oh, very cool.
So.
Well, who are some of the other authors, and what other types of books do you read?
I love the Spiderwick Chronicles. I read them as a child, and then I just recently reread them. And I'm still as encaptured as I was when I was little.
Okay, I'm kind of a little bit tenuous to ask you this next question, but where do you stand on the whole Twilight thing? You're either all in or all out.
Okay, so I used to be all in. I really enjoyed the books. But as I grew up, I realized how, like, destructive the whole world was.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with any of it now. But the writing itself was really good.
Okay, so I guess you could say the Twilight books have lost some of their sparkle?
Yes.
Okay, see what I did there? We're both writers. Yeah. There you
Yes.
go. Okay, so this is fantastic putting this together. How long did it take you to actually compose like the whole story? Because it's not just, I can tell it's not just introduce character one, conflict, resolution, and everything like that. You're actually weaving a pretty rich story.
Yes. So the first one kind of fell out, but it was something that I had been thinking about for a couple of years. Originally, I had been trying to write young adult fiction, and some of the things that you put in a YA, I wasn't really comfortable writing about and doing. So my mom actually suggested that I write stories for my nieces.
Nice.
And so that's kind of how this came out. And so I had been thinking about little witches and like witches and cooking and all of the things. And so the first one kind of fell out, and then I self-published these. So I bit the bullet and I published the first one in September. And so then it was kind of a long process getting it to paperback. So for the second one, which I've just released on Wednesday,
if you can hold that up, we'll try and get a shot of that. That's beautiful.
It was a little bit longer. I actually took my time and planned this one a little bit more. And so the process was a lot smoother the second time around. Okay. Because I had planned it out.
Just quick question. Your name is obviously Emmie B, but the author's name is Emmie B. Is that a typo, or are you?
No, I wanted to use a pen name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite authors, of course, Stephen King, has a couple other pseudonyms, and he writes science fiction and everything like that, so as to separate his writing.
Yeah, and so that's kind of why I decided to do it, is this would be my pseudonym for children's literature, and then if I do eventually write something for YA, I'd probably change the pseudonym so that I'm not.
Who did the artwork and the illustrations? Because as I was thumbing through the pages, there's some very delightful illustrations.
So these illustrations, let's see if I can find one. I did myself.
Wow.
So yeah, I drew them but the ones on the front, I use Canva.
Mm-hmm.
So this was something I purchased from
I like
Canva.
the big smiles too. It kind of like sets the tone for the story because people think of witches and you could Brunhilde
Yeah.
and you know
No, I like
cooking
my witches
kids in the
light
oven.
and
It
fun.
can be kind of scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I like my witches light and fun. I think that there's always good and bad in whatever you do. So
May I ask, now that you are a proper business person and you know you do all these things, who is your target audience and like what readers are you looking to appeal to?
So these are for ages 7 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's really for those kids that are kind of more advanced than the early readers, but not quite to the bigger, chunkier chapter books.
Okay. Would it be primarily young girls or young boys or both?
I think it could go for both. There
Cool.
are a couple. So this one is primarily my main character and her cousin, who are both
Why don't
girls.
you hold this one up too and we'll get a
Sorry,
shot of that.
right.
There. Nice.
This one is mostly about the two girls and going through the process of finding the familiar. But this one has a boy in it, and there's a couple of. I think they'd be good for both genders.
Okay.
I don't think that it's specific.
Now, since Emily, you did self-publish. I mean, I can tell you're really, really on your game when it comes to like putting books together. Are these books only available in print form, or are they also digital?
So they are available on Kindle. The first one, this one, is available on Kindle Unlimited. This one has not been put in there yet, but it will be. And then as I go on, I'll probably add it to other ebook places like iTunes or wherever. I have to research that part first.
Oh, very nice. Well, you are well on your way to being the next great American author. I can say that
Thank
with
you.
full confidence. So what's that being said, what's next?
So I'm already drafting book 3, and there's going to be another series coming out soon too, called
very cool.
Becoming Jack.
Okay, so people can go on Amazon and they can find these right now under Emmie B.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and please come back, when you win the Pulitzer.
Okay, I will.
We'd love to interview you then.
Okay.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, please stay tuned. We're back after this.